Everyone, welcome back to the Cut the Craps Politics channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at what is fascism. Both sides of the political spectrum like to refer to the other as fascist. A lot of liberals will call conservatives fascists, and a lot of conservatives will call liberals fascist. However, if we're going to go around labeling each other as fascists, it's probably best to understand what fascism is, where it comes from, who are modern fascists, and then what exactly makes a fascist a fascist. In order to understand whether a politician is fascist or not, first we'll need to understand what fascism is. The word fascism derives from the Italian word fascisto, that's probably pronounced wrong, which means bundle of sticks. The term fascism was created by members of Benito Mussolini's Faces of Revolutionary Action in 1915. Fascism is defined by Encyclopaedia Britannica as a far-right, authoritarian, ultra-nationalist political ideology, characterized by a centralized autocratic leader who is militarist and forcibly suppresses opposition. They believe in a natural social hierarchy and the subordination of individual interests for the perceived good of the nation or race. They are also believers of a strong regimentation within society and the economy. Although there are no strictly fascist states remaining, a few countries are commonly labeled as reminiscent of fascism, such as Russia, China, North Korea, India, Hungary, and Syria. Politicians who openly identify as fascists or belong to fascist sympathetic parties are Marine Le Pen of France, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni of Italy, former President Jair Bolsonaro of Brazil, President Vladimir Putin of Russia, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel, Prime Minister Viktor Orban of Hungary, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi of India. Now that we have a decent understanding of fascism, let's go over some key misconceptions when it comes to fascism. All fascists are neo-Nazis. Not every fascist is anti-Semitic, homophobic, sexist, or racist. Some fascists may hold progressive or liberal social positions. Not all fascists are Nazis, but all Nazis are fascist. Fascism is a left-wing ideology. Fascism is actually a far-right political ideology, although it is important to note that the vast majority of people on the right are not fascists. Fascists loved Hitler and Nazi Germany. Before the rise of communism, Mussolini and Hitler were not allies. Before this, the two were critical of each other, with various fascist leaders in Italy referring to Hitler as a beast. Communism and fascism are the same thing. Communism is completely different than fascism. In short, communism seeks to obtain the emancipation of society through the collective ownership of the means of production and to eventually create a society without government, class, or money. So before we look at some politicians accused of fascism, let's refresh ourselves on the 7 core principles of fascism: authoritarian, ultranationalist, centralized autocrat, militarist, suppression of dissent, belief in a natural social hierarchy, obedience over individualism. To begin, let's take a look at Donald Trump. Trump has been accused of being a fascist and a wannabe fascist by his opponents. So let's take a look. Is Trump an authoritarian? Yes. Trump has certainly expressed authoritarian beliefs, such as his public denial of the 2020 presidential election results, despite knowing he lost in private, as well as attempting to legally overturn the results with legal challenges and false electors. He has also expressed a desire for the Constitution to be suspended. Is Trump an ultra-nationalist? Yes. Trump and his allies within the GOP have expressed a desire for America to be prioritized and put first in all matters, even if it comes at great expense for other nations. This is commonly referred to as America First. Is Trump a centralized autocrat? Not really, but he does command resounding, unwavering, continuous support within the Republican Party. Is Trump a militarist? Yes, Trump supports having a strong military, weapons arsenal, and nuclear capabilities. He suggests America must be willing to use it to defend the nation and exert America's will abroad, such as when he suggested bombing Mexico. Does Trump suppress dissent? Yes. Trump claims that anyone who disagrees with him, especially on the 2020 presidential election results, is lying. He labels anyone against him a Democrat, socialist, Marxist, communist, or fascist. Trump has essentially boycotted the primary debates because he believes that he should not be opposed and that he is above opposition. Does Trump believe in a social hierarchy? Yes. Trump has demonized, vilified, and expressed prejudiced views about several groups of people, such as women, Mexicans, Latinos, transgender people, journalists, liberals, and Muslims. Does Trump command obedience over individualism? This is a tricky one. Trump certainly commands his voters to obey him. I mean, just look at January 6th. People flooded the Capitol for Trump when he told them to show up. He used inflammatory and insightful language before the crowd marched to the Capitol building. Did he call for an insurrection? No, but he didn't have to. Based on what Trump said, his supporters felt compelled to take their country back with force. He also didn't stop it after it began. So, based on this criteria, would I label Trump a fascist? Yes, I would. If your argument for saying otherwise is that he never actually overthrew the government, does it matter? He did try. I mean, if Biden had tried the same thing, if the election had gone the other way and Trump had won and Biden had lost, and Biden had done and said the same things Trump did and caused January 6th and failed, would you not label Biden a fascist? I would. It's a fascist thing to do. See, the problem is that Trump gets away with doing these things because people are willing to look past it. They're willing to forgive what he does because, in the grand scheme of things, they agree with him politically. It shouldn't matter. Trump doing these things should have everyone turning around and walking away from him. He is not someone who believes in democracy. He is someone that believes that if he cannot win, he will cheat to get there. And the sad thing is, the people who threw their lives away on January 6th, he doesn't even give a damn about. Moving on to Joe Biden. Joe Biden has been accused of being a fascist, namely by Donald Trump, but as well as various Republicans and his other opponents. Is Biden an authoritarian? No, Biden has not expressed or commanded his followers to be obedient to him. Is Biden an ultra-nationalist? No. Biden has expressed cooperative political and diplomatic relationships with other countries, but still fosters some nationalist beliefs. He's balanced like most people and most politicians. Is Biden a centralized autocrat? No. Biden has not expressed a desire to be an autocrat. He has stated he will accept election results if he loses, both in 2020 and in 2024. Is Biden a militarist? Yes. Biden believes in having a strong military, with weapons arsenals and nuclear capabilities. Biden barely cut Trump's military budget. Does Biden suppress dissent? No. Biden engages in debates and discussions with those who opposed him. Remember, it was Biden who wished to continue the 2020 debates, not Trump. Biden responds to criticism. He does not suggest it should be subdued. Does Biden believe in social hierarchy? Sorta. Especially in the past, Biden has expressed negative and demonizing views towards immigrants and once helped segregationist politicians fight for segregated schools. He's apologized, but he still did it. He's also very quickly changed some of his social opinions, especially on gay marriage. So does he truly support some of the things he says? Unlikely. Does Biden command obedience over individualism? No. Biden has never commanded his followers to obey him above all else. So would I label Joe Biden a fascist? No. He fits much more strongly into liberal conservatism or neoliberalism. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. The next video I'm thinking about doing is a similar video to this, except with communism, as well as socialism. So if that is something you would be looking forward to or would want to see, please let me know in the comments. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and do all those stupid things that everyone always asks you to do. Thank you so much for watching.